Never underestimate the danger of a large population of stupid people. Now available in paperback and e-readers, Spellbound, A Darker Shade of Black. Get your copy today at your favorite online bookseller. Now available in paperback and e-readers, John Haynes' Illuminati, the man who rules the world, takes on the head of the global elite in this all-new action-packed John Haynes series adventure. Get your copy of John Haynes' Illuminati in paperback and e-readers at Amazon.com and online booksellers everywhere. Better get the coleslaw, y'all, because we're having us a barbecue. In a previous video, I talked about the difference between ignorant, dumb, and stupid. And I wanted to talk more in depth about why you don't want to have large populations of stupid people, because large masses of stupid people are dangerous to themselves and the societies that they live in. Now, when it comes to many of the wealthy arrogantly believe that they are superior to everyone else because of the vast resources they own, and because of the vast resources they own, they believe that they can go out here and be able to control people through the influence they have. Now, these wealthy people oftentimes like to keep people in a place where they aren't as intelligent as they are, because they fear that if people become as intelligent as they are, they may be able to rise to a position of power where they can challenge them and take away their wealth and their social status and their influence over society. So what many of these wealthy and elite types love to do is be able to try to control the masses, and they want to keep the masses in a place where they are of a lower level of intelligence. Unfortunately, what they don't understand is that if you keep people in a place where they are not on a level to rise as related to their intellect and be able to understand how things work, you create a situation which may basically put your entire civilization in jeopardy. And the people who can put a civilization in jeopardy are stupid people, because stupid people, basically, these are people who know better but will continue to act in ways that are detrimental to themselves. And because these people, again, know better but will act in ways that are detrimental to themselves in order to sate their feelings, they are a danger to an entire civilization, and a danger to that can lead to the complete collapse of a society. This is what it can possibly happen when you create a population of large masses of stupid people. When you create large masses of stupid people, they basically can put an entire civilization on the brink of basically not existing anymore, because when you have large masses of stupid people, they basically are having no regard for important things such as their intangibles for themselves, such as their dignity, their self-respect, their freedom, their health, their safety, or even their life. No, when you have large masses of stupid people, large masses of stupid people are more focused on sating their feelings, and because they're focused on sating their feelings, they disregard more important things that allow you to preserve a civilization. And sadly, what's been happening here in the West is we have been going out here and cultivating and curating large masses of stupid people, curating and creating large masses of stupid people through things as related to the influence we've presented in our media and our social media. Now, when it comes to the old era of social media, we have seen a major decline in intelligence as related to not only academic intelligence, but emotional intelligence. And this was exacerbated by the COVID-19 pandemic that basically led to many kids missing school and many adults winding up staying home. And as this was going on, we had a extremely polarized political environment all across the globe, especially in Western countries. And as we've had a polarized political environment, especially in Western countries like America, what we have been seeing is the cultivation and curation of incredibly stupid people who are basically focused more on sating their feelings rather than going out here and participating in critical thinking. And because these people don't really focus on critical thinking and are caught up in their emotions, what these people do is wind up acting impulsively on their feelings without ever critically thinking about the long term and short term consequences of their actions. And because they're not thinking critically about the consequences of their actions, they are winding up becoming where they're acting again on their impulses and again can be triggered on those impulses, similar to the way, again, throwing a rock at a herd of cattle can basically trigger those cattle to react emotionally. And as they act emotionally in mass, what this can do is lead to people again participating in a stampede of behavior that can have devastating damage to an impact and an overall society. Unfortunately, many of the people in the West, such as politicians, big business owners, and the wealthy, don't see the powder keg that's being created by curating large masses of stupid people because they are so caught up in living in their rose-colored reality where they think everything is fine. They don't see how they're basically creating a situation where you're going to have lots of chaos going on. Because when you have curated large masses of stupid people, what happens when you curate a large mass of stupid people is they become a danger to themselves and the civilization that they live in because they are caught up in their feelings, based on whatever rhetoric that is put in front of them. And since everything is polarized to the point, again, they are taken to extremes. And since they are taken to extremes, these people, again, as they're polarized by all of this political rhetoric and social rhetoric that has been placed in the society, what it does is, again, is create a situation where you're creating a powder keg, and all it takes is somebody, again, throwing a rock at the herd. And if they throw the rock at the herd, what that's going to do is trigger that herd mentality and that herd behavior where these people want to go on a stampede and basically destroy wherever they're headed to do. And again, it's dangerous because when you have a herd basically has no real direction. And again, since they have no real direction because they're running on emotion, you have a herd and a mob of people basically running to destroy whatever, and in many cases don't even know what they're destroying. No, all they're looking to do is sate their primal feelings regarding any situation that they're in. And that's what makes large masses of stupid people extremely dangerous to themselves and even more dangerous to the civilization that they are a part of, because when you have a large mass of stupid people, this is where you get the formation of the mob mentality. And the mob mentality is, again, about people being driven to a primal level, because when you have a stupid person, again, they know better, but they're going to act impulsively on their feelings. And again, having one stupid person is dangerous, but having a large mass of stupid people is extremely dangerous. And what's really scary about stupid people is you can't really fix stupid. This is the phrase that many people have said. And again, you can't fix stupid because this person is, again, polarized and caught up in the extremes and caught up so much in their emotions that it's all about them being right, and with it being about them being right, they don't care about the facts or logic, and that's where the wealthy wind up for a rude awakening and the elite wind up in a rude awakening, because when you create and cultivate large masses of incredibly stupid people, this is basically where these individuals, in their efforts to control mankind, wind up sadly reaping what they sow, later than what they sow, greater than what they sow, because they sought to make themselves into gods and be gods over men. And as they look to be gods over men, they basically think to dumb down the masses in an effort to control them. But what happens is they wind up losing control, similar to the way a greedy man who has sand or water in his hands thinks he's going to be able to hold all that sand or all that water in his hands, but it all winds up slipping through his fingers. And the great irony is that he doesn't see how he himself is being stupid and incredibly foolish to think you can hold sand in your hands or hold water in your hands. That's the great irony of those wealthy and elite who think cultivating large masses of stupid people is a good thing, and basically shows us how the wisdom of man is completely foolish when you compare it to the standard of God. And that's what we see here as related to societies who think, oh, you've got a group who think that they are going to create these large masses of stupid people and be able to control them. But the whole thing is, you can't control a stupid person. No, a stupid person, yes, they know what to do is right, but they don't want to do right because they are just so caught up in their emotions and so caught up in the emotion of anger, when the whole emotion of anger is basically rooted in fear. The entire emotion of anger is rooted in fear. And what the person who wants to create the large masses of stupid people wants to do is have people afraid, because the whole thing about ignorance, being dumb, and being stupid is most of these people are afraid, and they're afraid because they don't understand anything. And what's even worse with a stupid person is, as they are a part of the extreme, this is the person who cannot be taught, because the ignorant person is the one who can be made intelligent, because that person's mind is open to be taught. The dumb person, they don't understand, but if they are shown something, they can basically understand and grasp the concepts that are logical. But the stupid person is the most dangerous one, because even after being taught, this is the one who indignantly continues to follow things that are completely illogical, hoping to make things logical. And this is the person who basically winds up on the road to insanity. They wind up on the road to insanity because the definition of insanity is, one, having your own logic, and two, doing the exact same thing and expecting a different result. Those are the core definitions of insanity, and the whole thing is, insanity basically starts with people who are stupid. Again, stupid because this person, again, insists on making things their way and insists on doing things their way, in spite of there being facts that show you this is not possible. And again, one of the greatest facts that the people who become wealthy have is thinking you can control all of mankind, which is completely illogical, since God gave men free will, and two, you have the devil around. Those two things basically make it where you cannot control men, and only God can control men because he created men. But that doesn't stop people from having the stupid idea that they can control large masses of stupid people. That doesn't stop them from having the idea that you can control large masses of stupid people. not understanding that large masses of stupid people, which is their idea that they have are going to control, basically leads to the whole destruction of a society and destruction of a civilization, because there's nothing more dangerous to a society than having large masses of stupid people, because large masses of stupid people are the basis for mob mentality. Large masses of stupid people are the basis for herd mentality. Large masses of stupid people, again, act on their on the emotion of fear and participate in very dangerous and depraved behaviors. Large masses of stupid people are a clear and present danger to a society, and one of the worst things you could do is cultivate large masses of stupid people. One of the worst things you could do, because if you cultivate and curate large masses of stupid people, that's going to lead to the beginning of the end of your society, the beginning of the end of your nation, the beginning of the end of your world, because there's nothing more dangerous than a large mass of stupid people. And again, stupid is not about education. Stupid is not about knowledge. Again, it's a whole mindset as related to insisting things go your way and being so caught up in your feelings about things going your way that you don't ever think about more important things like your overall life, your health, your safety, or your freedom. I mean, I saw an example of stupid in the classic Simpsons episode Homer's Enemy. Now, Frank Grimes was a guy who worked his way up, got his education, was at this job with Homer at the nuclear plant, and as he was working at the plant, his whole focus was on Homer Simpson. Meanwhile, Lenny, Carl, and everybody else knew Homer was dumb and incompetent, but Frank Grimes, basically a so-called educated man, wasn't smart enough to see the course of action that would benefit him was to be paying Homer Simpson no attention and let an ignorant man or a dumb man go on and be dumb. But Frank Grimes, because he was caught up in his feelings, went beyond Homer Simpson's being dumb to being stupid. And as he was stupid, he went on a course to try to prove Homer Simpson to be the stupid person. But the great irony was that Frank Grimes was the stupid person, because he was the guy who knew better regarding guys like Homer Simpson, but still went on and continued to insist on going on his own way, continued to insist on going on this obsessed quest to, again, discredit Homer Simpson. And that quest basically led to the death of Frank Grimes, a guy who was a textbook example of, again, educated not being smart, and a textbook case of what happens when you become stupid. When you become stupid, you become polarized and, again, caught up and fixated in your feelings about, again, sating your feelings to be the one that's right. That's what happens with stupid people. And again, when you have large masses of stupid people who are basically caught up in their feelings about certain topics, this is what makes large masses of stupid people extremely dangerous. And we saw examples of this during the pandemic. We saw examples of this with January 6th. And again, people don't understand the dangers of large masses of stupid people, because when you have large masses of stupid people, again, it's like packing down TNT, and all it takes is one spark to trigger them, and that one spark can basically turn a great society filled with advanced technology like America into rubble and ruins. I mean, that's the great, sad, tragic thing that many people aren't really thinking critically about. When it comes to large masses of stupid people, you can have a technologically advanced society like America is, but when you have large masses of stupid people, they can turn that great society from a great nation to a pile of ruins, all because these people are so caught up in being right and caught up in their feelings that they're not thinking about how their actions basically are going to destroy the world around them. Now, if you want to pick up some of my positive fiction on the SJS Direct imprint, you can find the books in the SJS Direct imprint on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. You can also find the books of the SJS Direct imprint on other online booksellers like Draft the Digital, Google Play, Barnes & Noble, and big box retailers like Walmart and Target. And if you'd like to see me make more videos just talking about topics, you can drop a donation to the Patreon, the PayPal, or the Cash App and help me to be able to stay on the air and stay on the internet by dropping a donation to the PayPal or the Cash App by clicking the links in the description box. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.
Now available in paperback and e-readers, E-Steam Cancel Vacation. Hell's aspiring angel takes on a social justice, social media mob looking to cancel her in this all-new E-Steam series adventure. Get E-Steam Cancel Vacation in paperback and e-readers today.
Now available in paperback and e-readers, John Haynes, Godbreaker. The man who rules the world takes on the Asgardian god of thunder in this action-packed, all-new John Haynes series adventure. Get your copy of John Haynes, Godbreaker in paperback and e-readers at online booksellers everywhere. Support Black-owned and Black-operated digital broadcast media. www.niceradionetwork.com. Nice Radio Network broadcasting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.